It's on Jim. Make sure the fake 04. Or that, my bad. Yeah, 04.
Yeah.
Yeah, we good. Yeah.
All right, Shalom. Let's start by giving all praises, honor, and glory
To Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash.
Number one, to the apostles and the elders of GreatMillStone. Shalom to like up there, doing his work of faith, for living love, true sincerity. I suppose GMS Soldiers of Faith from New Jersey, started for a few days. Here with the weekly sit down, and today's pretty much flowing in the spirit. So we're just gonna let the spirit flow how the spirit wants us to flow. All right, so.
I got 2 Ezra chapter 9 and verse 1. And he answered me then and said, measure thou. It says, he answered me then and said, measure thou the time diligently in itself, and when thou seest part of the signs past, which I had told thee before, then shalt thou understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made.
Right, so constantly you're supposed to be looking at the signs of the times of things. It's just like even within, people's personal lives. You have to do a self-time checkup every so often to make sure that you're on point with things. So you got to do that with the world on a much larger scale to see what's actually going on in the world, man. But the average person, they don't do that. They only worried about what's going on within their realm of existence, which is their job, their family, their day-to-day, and that's it. But it's much more, to this world than your average day-to-day. And if we don't look at these things on a grand scale, especially from the perspective of the Bible, then you're in big trouble, man. Because there's a lot of things that's coming down the pipeline that you aren't prepared for, but that the rest of the world is prepared for, because the world is a stage, and all the other nations know that. But except you Jakes out here, you so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans, you're the only one that's not in the game of the understanding of what's going on. So we here to put you on game and let you know what's going on, and let you know how things are going down and who you are according to these scriptures, man. Because God chose the people. All right, so man.
It says, then thou shalt understand that it is the very same time wherein the highest will begin to visit the world which he made. Therefore, when there shall be earthquakes and uproars of the people in the world, then thou shalt well understand that the Most High spake of these things from the days that were before thee, even from the beginning.
Right, so the Lord gave us the blueprint of the things that's going to happen even before they started happening. So this is how we know the signs of the times and which times we're living in, and how we ought to prepare for the things that are at hand. So that we know that we're at the end. But the rest of the people out here, they're just thinking everything is YOLO. You only live once, just taking stuff day by day, living that life all lackadaisical. You don't have time for that out here, man. Because Esau is constantly applying pressure, to the people, to the rest of the nations. The other nations are now applying even more pressure onto Esau, and Esau, he's not going to buckle down, with his pride. But the other nations are definitely gaining the upper hand. It's a constant chess battle between the different nations. And you got to be up on these things, because the ultimate chess master, Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, went in on this thing too, man. And he's controlling all of the pieces that's on the board. And we're pieces that are in the midst of the game as well, but we're those chosen pieces. But you got to be a part of the. You don't even know that you're a part of the game, man. How are you going to stand a chance to fight if you don't even know that you're a part of the game? That's what we're here to tell you. Get active. Know who you are. Get this understanding. Look at the things that are going on around you, not just your four corners of your block. Look at everything that's going on, man. And you can see everybody talking about the AI shit now. You know what I'm saying? That's the big thing sweeping everywhere. The AI, the chat GPT, you know what I'm saying? In colleges now, people just saying a little something, having the thing summarize it for them. You can have AI basically, I can record this brother's voice and then have it and say, oh yeah, he committed this crime and this, that, and third, and it sounds like he confessed to a crime, man. So we're in that wave of that fourth industrial revolution to where technology is about to take the hell over, man. Over there in China, they testing out flying cars right now, man. They damn near ready to put them shits out.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Testing out flying cars, man. Working perfectly. But y'all ain't ready for this, man.
Yeah, I got a precept. This is because you mentioned about the chosen, right? This is St. John, chapter 10, verse 25. Yahawashi answered them, I told you, and ye believe not. The works that I do in my Father's name, they bear witness of me. But ye believe not, because ye are not of my sheep. As I said unto you, my sheep hear my voice, and I know them, and they follow me. And I gave unto them eternal life, and they shall never perish, neither shall any man pluck them out of my hand. My Father which gave them me is greater than all, and no man is able to pluck them out of my Father's hand. You know, so like the brother mentioned about the Lord's chosen, you know, the Lord said, Yahawashi, all right, he said, my sheep hear my voice. So, you know, 2/3 of the Lord's people, they don't hear the Lord's voice because they're not of the Lord's sheep, man. You know?
I just want to mention the second Esdras. Ultimately, he is talking to, the Lord is talking to his chosen. Okay, when he's talking, as he's talking to his chosen, and all the things that are happening right now, the Lord already plans it for a time. And he's talking about what the rest of the people, all right, things that are going on. The brother mentioned the technology. The only people that are going to be measuring time diligently are who? The chosen. These people don't give a hell what's going on. Neither do they even consider. All right, here it is. You have it over there in Mexico and El Paso. People coming in. They say that what they already announcing broken arrow up here in America, which broken arrow pretty much means that America is invaded. Not only is it the so-called immigrants or Mexicans, Venezuelans, all the northern tribes coming over to America trying to find peace over here, but here it is that blacks and Hispanics don't find peace over here, man. It's corrupt, all right, computer destruction, waking up at 4 o'clock in the morning to deal with a job that, you know, you only get paid for it, all right? Time to work for the so-called white man. Over here you got abominations of food. Not only that, here it is that killings are going on, people, mass murderers, all right? You have them in Texas, school shooters, all right? Killing little kids, killing innocent children, all right? But the Lord is going to have it to where the words of people is going to be even more, right? Because why you have China over here invading, which is not only this Nordic king, you have China over here invading, other foreign countries invading, all right? And people don't even like each other anymore, man. All right, the Lord's going to put his spirit on this place to where, all right, it's going to be all out destruction. That's what ultimately the so-called white man wants. Order out of chaos. He needs chaos in order to bring his new world order, his agenda, all right, here in America.
Yeah, we mentioned that in camp today. You know, what was it called, Khan? The bill that just expired?
The Donald Trump one, right?
Title 42.
Title 42. And you got a lot of Northern coming over here to America. You know, even they mentioned certain groups, Moab, sneaking up over here. You know, so you know what that mean is, you know, some of them could be the elect. They're gonna wake up to this truth, and the mass majority, hey, they come into their graveyard because Babylon the Great, North America, aka North America, this place is a graveyard. You know, so they coming for their destruction. You know.
Hey, the scriptures talk about, man, how Ephraim shall bring forth his children to the murderer. Ephraim representing, you know, the northern kingdom, the whole northern kingdom. So they're basically bringing their children to the murderer, man. You know, and it's really the fact that you know, he pretty much knows that they're Israelites, man, and he pretty much has to have them in his grasp to really bring forth that MOTB, man. Yeah. You know, okay, so he has a much bigger agenda. Okay, that's going on than what meets the eye. You know, this, you gotta always know that this man is mischievous and he's always up to something. Okay, so this man he can go in many different directions with this so-called, what they want to call an illegal invasion, so to speak. He can go with so many narratives to push off his agenda.
Or domestic terrorists.
Exactly.
They can hype up domestic terrorists.
Right. I got something right here. This is Matthew chapter 24, verse 42. Watch therefore, for ye know not what hour your Lord doeth come. But know this, that if the good man of the house had known in what watch the thief would come, he would have watched, and would have not suffered his house to be broken up. Therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. You know, pretty much, man, us preparing ourselves for the Lord. We know that pretty much this place is through. This place is pretty much, the iron gates are pretty much going to come down. Okay, this man is going to come behind, you know, the facade that he has put up, you know, and pretty much show his horns. You see? And now we've seen that all of these things that are coming to pass now, and all these scenarios, pretty much it's gonna be a wild west here, man. You know, you see people pretty much on edge. People pretty much getting shooting other individuals for invading their property, man. Okay, half the states right now have permitless carry. Okay, so it's lawful, and now a lot of states now have it to where you don't even have to be, even if you have you are a felon, you can still be able to carry. Okay, so you have Kentucky's one of those states. A lot of states are pretty much loosening the law on gun carry, man. Because why? It's because they know that the administration that's in office now is being very lenient on crime. Okay, so now you got a lot of these these red states that are pretty much passing these laws on having it to be okay to not even have to go through any tedious paperwork to carry, okay, which is permitless carry. So now if you get stopped on the street, you don't have to show any type of credentials for that firearm that you're carrying. Okay, so people are pretty much up in arms and pretty much on edge, and it's gonna, and once this economy basically falls, it's gonna be okay corral, man. You know.
It's all going to be just like how Chicago is. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
With everything that's going on over there, everything is going to get more like Chicago. I'm going to bring this scripture out real quick. I'm going to grab a article real quick. 2 Ezra 15 and 15. For the sword and destruction draweth nigh, and one people shall stand up and fight against another, and swords in their hands, but guns. For there shall be sedition among men, and invading one another, and they shall not regard their kings nor princes, and the course of their actions shall stand in their power. Why? Because everybody's going to have weapons, right? And a man shall desire to go into the city and shall not be able, for because of their pride the city shall be troubled, and their houses shall be destroyed, and men shall be afraid. A man shall have no pity upon his neighbor, but shall destroy their houses with the sword, and spoil their goods because of the lack of bread and for great tribulation. And what's a big thing that's causing the Great Tribulation is the loss of jobs out here, right? With the economy going to shit pretty much, and you know the other nations backing away from the dollar, making the dollar more weaker, it's causing more of a crash. But at the end of the day, this is what Esau really wants, to push more of the digital economy, to furthermore push that fourth industrial revolution, right? And I'm gonna bring out this article real quick, just a few points from it. This is from CNN.com, CNNBusiness.com. It says the real reasons stores such as Walmart and Starbucks are closing in big cities. It says Nordstrom, Walmart, Whole Foods, Starbucks, and CVS, they closing it in big major cities, right? A lot of them. These big chains and others have closed stores in major U.S. cities recently, raising alarm about the future of retail in some of the country's most prominent downtown and business districts. Several forces are pushing chains out of some center cities, a glut of stores, people working from home, online shopping, exorbitant rents, meaning what? Because the rent going up every damn where. Yeah. Crime, public safety concerns, and difficulty hiring workers. To reinvent downtown retail, drastic changes will be required. That means denser neighborhoods with a broader mix of affordable housing, experimental retail, restaurants, entertainments, parks, and other amenities, which won't happen overnight. Once these cities become true urban neighborhoods, then you will find retailing start to come back in different ways and forms. So basically what that's saying is, as these big retailers and stuff keeps falling, and the rents keep rising, and everything else is going to crack, the communities are going to get more dense, meaning it's going to be more people in a smaller area. That's why eventually in America, they're going to make these mega cities like how they're doing over there in China. So basically it's like they bring the projects back 2.0. Right. But everybody's going to be in there. You know what I mean? So the cities are going to be more cluttered, and therefore that's what's going to bring the retail back, because now you have more people in the city instead of more spread out. So a lot of these, because the whole thing of the pandemic was to close out the middle class. So a lot of middle class people, they have lost their homes, lost their jobs, etc., etc. So now what? They got to move closer to Jake. Jake got to be closer to them. They don't like all of this stuff that's going on. But now, as everything that's going online is making everything move closer, that's when it's going to create more crime. It's going to be a snowball effect of everything going down here from there, man. You know?
Hey, a lot of these retailers have to reassess basically where they're basically having their flagship stores. Now you know, in a lot of these downtown areas, it's pretty much Jake, Jake living in here, and pretty much like the brother was going on to reading, is that people are pretty much, it's like almost like a flight from downtown because people are working from home. Okay, so now it's a less reason to have a lot of these stores there. And then with the rise of crime, like the brother was talking about, and with the open drug markets that are out there, to where people are not pretty much being persecuted or basically pretty much having anything going on with them as far as with the law or with these drug use. You see? So now you have the decay of these downtown cities, okay? These downtown urban areas. So that's why you had Nostrum pretty much in San Francisco pretty much packing up and leaving, okay? Because why? It's because a lot of these people were going in that are on drugs and basically shoplifting and stealing from them. Okay, so now they're digging into their profits. You see, so now you're starting to see the urban decay, and you see a lot of these microcosms of what you're going to start to see throughout all Babylon, man. Okay, because the soft on crime approach with this administration that's in office, man. You see?
Yeah, as you was mentioned too, I was thinking about 15-minute cities. And I got a quick article. It says, study ranks U.S. cities by 15-minute cities potential. It says, Americans typically associate the kind of accessibility offered by 15-minute cities with European metropoles, but with smart planning, 15-minute cities can thrive in the United States too. It says, step aside, New York and Los Angeles, according to a newly published study by the Move Buddha. It says mid-sized American cities of 250,000 to 750,000 residents dominate the ranking of the top 25 future 15-minute cities in the United States, with a few large cities known for engaging in urban planning on the neighborhood level. For instance, Chicago and Philadelphia also making the cut.
I just want to mention that all these train derailments that have been happening over the last couple of months, all right, especially in Ohio, that was the main one, right? After that happened, and you had the air being contaminated, the plants being contaminated, people weren't able to live and all that. They pushed the people out. Mind you, what the brother was mentioning, that had pushing people into different areas. Those areas they're pushing them into are the places that they're creating those 15-minute cities from. And also what the brother mentioned about the 15-minute cities, those are the main places, all right? Over there, Chicago, New York, over there in Cali and San Francisco and whatnot. Right now, as we're speaking, they have a, as brothers know what a Metro card is, right? Say if you go over there in New York, that Metro card, that get on the train, all right? Over there, you're gonna have a digital, you're gonna have your debit card to where you put into the machine and you put a certain amount of cash in it, and it gives you your credits on the card in order for you to do anything within the city. All right, over there, I think they're
doing over there. China.
Yeah, just like China. They're doing over there in Chicago, San Francisco, and some parts of New York. All right, like I said, you put the card in the machine. Card they do like something like a Metro card, just to give a quick example. Put your money in, they give you a certain amount of credits, and that's the only way you're able to purchase or to use any type of travel within that city or that vicinity. All right, you're not going to be able to use your debit card or your money on hand. Because why? These places are not taking cash anymore. All right.
And pretty much that's what the elites want, man. The elites are pretty much modeling everything that they want, modeling it how China has set up, and they want to model it exactly how China had it set up, man. So now we're really talking about really a communist type of philosophy that they're basically taking on, man. You see?
That shows you too. That shows you too that all these nations have to be in league with each other. Because why would, if America and China is really enemies, why would America be copying the same blueprint of what they're doing?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, the dude Cal Slobs from the WEF, he mentioned how he admires China's I forgot what word he used, but he admires China's
how they built
their thing over there, how they have things in order, have their control. I forgot the word he used, but he said how he admired him.
Right.
You know, because that's the model.
And it's pretty much, that's the key word the brother brought out, is control. That's pretty much what they want. You see? That's pretty much what they want, because China has a stranglehold, the government has a stranglehold on the citizens, man. Okay? You know, the citizens are constantly being watched. You know what I'm saying? Okay? They're basically pushing that whole demic thing. That whole demic thing is strong there, man.
Yeah.
Okay? So they got them, and pretty much, they got them to pretty much to go in the way of how they want them to conduct themselves in society, man. Okay, so now that perfect business model that's set up for China is what they want to bring here.
Yeah, they you know how North Korea is an enemy to the U.S., but they admire Kim Jong-un, whatever how you say his name, Kim Jong-un. But they admire him because what I found out as well, this woman, this chick, I don't know if she was a model. She was basically she was in sex trafficking. She made it out, you know, and now she's doing her little runs around podcasts and exposing what's going on in North Korea. And she's on a couple of big podcasts, and one dude asked her, said, you know, do you think that they will come after you? She said, yes. She said, that's why I could never go back to those places. She said, I could only probably go as far as Europe and America, but if she go back over there, they're gonna grab her up because they don't like what she's exposing. Right. You know, she man, North Korea, that shit is crazy. How basically one little thing she said was that, man, if I can remember, she said that if the picture in there, because basically that dude, the president over there, Kim Jong-un, whatever, he's forcing them to only, they idol worship him. And I think it was something about, I forgot what she said exactly, but she said something about they would be, oh, you know, yeah, go ahead, explain it. Yeah.
Pretty much like they would have to have like a picture of Kim Jong-un in their room, so, you know, they would have an inspector come in, so if something was off, something was off in the picture, that'd be a punishment. What?
Yeah, it'd be a punishment, yeah. It's that tedious, you know? And she said how they have them poor and all that, like they can't do shit, you know? And that's the way, that's a model of the way he want us all to live in that way, you know?
We going to the Salama was bringing out those 15-minute cities. I just did a little Google search. The most densely populated cities in the U.S. is New York, Los Angeles, and Chicago. And when you look at, you know, years past, you know, Esau been putting his troops over there, staging them in Chicago. So it makes a lot of sense when you see these next false flags attacks, that these are the cities that they're going to want to target, you know, for the test of the 15-minute cities.
Yeah.
You know, because people ain't going to be with that shit.
Yeah, another thing too, talking about all this 15-minute city, this stuff leads into that digital currency, you know, and the Fed now, it's not the mark, you know, gotta say that. It's not the MOTB, all right? But what things lead into is a digital currency, which leads into the Bible prophecy. So I'll read it real quick. This is Revelations 13:16, and he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark in their right hand or in their foreheads, and that no man might buy or sell save he that had the mark or the name of the beast or the number of his name. You want to break it down? Break it down more. I'll read it again. And he calls of all, both small and great, rich and poor, free and bond, to receive a mark.
And he's going to cause a situation for the, and right now what we're talking about with the Fed down everything, it's really called gradualism. Okay, so now with this new app, is going to be government control. So now when you make a purchase, all purchases will have to be made through that app, and then it will get their approval between you and the merchant. Okay, so now when he's going to cause with this mark, which is the C-hip, he's going to cause a situation like that, because this is all gradualism.
Yeah.
Okay, so now we basically see where it's going. We basically see where it's going. We see where it's headed. You see, and these other guys out here, they're gonna be hush on this, man, because they can't, you can't wiggle around it no more. Okay, it's right there in your face. You're starting to see the cause of how he's forcing it to go, man. You see?
Yeah, like you said, gradualism and conditioning. You got it out.
Quick precept, Proverbs 29:25 says, "The fear of man bringeth a snare,
But whoso putteth his trust in the Lord shall be saved. And that's how he's going to also try and cause it through what? Fear.
Right.
He's going to bring great rampant fear on here, man. And then he's going to have what? That his refuge, that the safety from that fear and dread that's upon the earth is going to be, you got to come into, into his arms, man.
Right.
That's how he's going to have it. And then once you get into there, once again, the fear of man bringeth the snare. That's the trap for you. Now he got you. And it's all because you was in such a fearful mode. That's why fear is like poison, man. Pray to not fear our enemies.
Yeah.
And then, but even more so, but whoso putteth his trust in the Lord shall be saved. Even more so, we got to put our trust in Yahawashi. That's why every day we're working on our relationship with the Lord, man. Fasting, praying, so that we could put our faith in the Lord, and we fear the Lord more than Esau and Edom. So we're not going to enter into that trap of taking that ammo to the TV through the fear tactics that's out here. One more thing on that short film, Beyond the Great Reset, when they showed how the emergency broadcast signal came across everybody's TV, and they said that you are in a quarantine zone. Please remain in order, grab one item and come to the bus. That'll be outside your neighborhood.
Wow.
And then that's when they all got on the bus and they entered into the sea camp. And then they probably going to get a Quran, or of course they're going to get a Quran from there.
Yeah.
But the point is that the fear that came upon that TV from Esau.
Yep. Yeah, and the year 2020, we all know what happened, the lockdown, how they was easily to lock you down and scared to take a scare tactic of some invisible shit.
Yeah.
And I can see that, man. I can see that, and that's that way of force, because at the end of the day, like the brother said, it's gradualism and conditioning. Right now, they're gradually, getting you in the motion of things, and they're conditioning you to buy things in a different way. Meaning basically buy things in a way, only in one way. Let me say that. To buy things only in one way, that's digital.
Right.
Because we have a form of digital now,
Right.
but a lot of jokers who know what's going on, they're staying away from the digital and they're just using cash. But they want to out cash, make digital, because now this gives them the full control. They can cut a light switch on and off, make you a part of society or make you disappear from society.
And you're seeing that small, you're seeing small instances of this when you want to talk about the cancel culture. All right, when you want to bring up Kanye, for instance, okay, when he said what he said, and they didn't agree with what he said, what they do, they cut off his financial supply, man. Okay, and then they want to throw it in the face. Oh, he was a billionaire, now he's only worth $400 million, and every avenue of where he was obtaining money or assets, they would cut it off. They would put pressure on anybody that was sponsoring him, anybody that he was partnering with. They would put pressure on that person to basically cut it off, man.
Right.
Cut off that financial supply from him. You see? Okay, so all kind of connections that he had pretty much were cut off. You see? So you're starting to see it how now when you say something that they don't agree with, this is what they want to do. Okay? So which is really it's gonna come out to the people. And he said that. He said, what you gonna do when they do it to you? That's exactly what Kanye said. Okay? And this is pretty much gonna be part of that an extension of that cancel culture. Okay? Alright, I'm bringing in that see him.
This is Psalms chapter 91 and verse 1.
Speak up.
This is Psalms chapter 91 and verse 1. It says, he that dwelleth in the secret place of the Most High shall abide under the shadows of the Almighty. And again, here it is, we're not putting our treasures or our minds on the things of this world. We're hiding in that secret place, and the secret place is the scriptures. Okay? It says, I will say of the Lord, he is my refuge and my fortress, my power, in him will I trust. And that's going back to what the brother was bringing out as far as putting our trust in Rawchaa. It says, and this is to back him up even more, that scripture. It says, surely he shall deliver thee from the snare of the fowler and from the noisome pestilence. Again, going back to what he said, as far as whatever trickery, and that goes back to the trickery, man. The things that Esau's going to put upon our people, it's not going to come toward the elect. Okay, and I mean that's pretty much the point. I was going.
Yeah, that's good. Good point. That's good. You got it.
I was going to mention in Matthew 10 when it talks about fear Been on him that killed the.
Yeah, grab it.
20. Yeah, it's definitely 20.
You know, grab it. Because you know we got to put our trust in the Lord, and the Lord's going to cause these scenarios for us to fully put our trust in Him. You know what I'm saying? And walk by faith. You know. Okay, people are gonna be standing down in the barrel of decisions of between good and evil, man. Okay, that's what it's gonna come to. It's not all these distractions. When that all goes away, the doors of music is turned down low. Okay, and all these other distractions is put out the way. It's gonna be the path of good and evil, man. Okay, good and evil. You see that? And the people that are a lot of people that are in the know. Or pretty much a lot of these celebrities don't even know. They know that how wicked the left-hand side is, the left-hand side energy is. You know what I'm saying? They know it's between good and evil. They know that at the end of the day, when they speak their mind or something, they know it's between good and evil. Okay? They put it out there like that. Okay? So it's much more bigger than him saying who we are and just saying that, but he knows that it's a fight between good and evil at the end of the day.
If I may add too, man, thinking about the traps and everything that come, the Lord, it says this, the scriptures say that He revealeth His secrets unto the servants of the prophets. So the elect is going to know the things that's going to come upon, the things to come. You know,
Right.
They're gonna be prepared in that day, man. You know, because again, the things that we're revealed is through these scriptures, man. You gotta know these scriptures. It says to know it and know it for your good. You know, you gotta know it to save you. You know.
Hey, bring that.
Yeah, this is Matthew 10 verse 28. It says, "And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul."
Right, and that's talking about Esau and his carnalness and how he's going to try to come after and basically, this man thrives on fear. Okay, you got to understand that that's the main ingredient of how this man works is through fear. Okay, so do that again.
It says, verse 28, "And fear not them which kill the body, but are not able to kill the soul, but rather fear Him which is able to destroy both soul and body in hell."
Right, and that's the scripture right there for you sellouts,
Yeah,
you people that took that bag, okay, you people that know the truth, but you pretty much want to go and you think you're on the winning team, okay? All right, that sink is pretty much sinking right now, man. Okay, all right. This man is gonna pretty much put you in dire straits with the Lord, man. Okay,
Right.
and it's a fearful thing to fall into the hands of the Lord.
Yeah, I think the thing is, he do that to these celebrities, these guys that's chasing fame. And see that's a small group, compared to the masses. Now he's gonna force that upon all Israel. Wherever they've been scattered, he's gonna force you to denounce the power. See, the point is, the Lord prepared us to know Him, and to prepare ourselves for that time, because He's gonna even give us an increase. But it's power in knowing. That's why it's important to repent and get this knowledge, understanding, and wisdom. The scriptures say that knowledge and wisdom shall be the stability of our times. That's good to know, because now you don't make decisions that put you into that snare, that trap. The Lord make a way for you to escape. You put your faith on Yahawashi, you trust in Yahawashi, you believe in Yahawashi, the Lord's going to guide your steps. And even when you get caught in the trench, the Lord going to be there to bail you out. He's faithful to His servants,
That's something real quick. This is in the easy English, right? And this is 2 Peter's 1:19. It says God's messages in the Bible are very important. Also, we have the prophets' messages. They show us even more certainly that these things are true. It is good that you should remember those messages carefully. The prophet's words are like a light that shines in a dark place. That light continues to shine in the dark until the dawn comes.
Hey, because what the word prophet means, to say before. And guess what? The prophets are subject to the prophets. All right, and guess what? These prophets, these men, they're back. They're back, and to fulfill their mission in the Lord, to fulfill their prophesizing. Go ahead, Al.
Then the morning star will rise and it will bring light deep inside you.
Yeah, that light deep inside you, that enlightenment, that enlightenment in your mind, your spirit, wake you up. Remember when you first came into this thing, and you started to, learn the Bible, and brothers was teaching the scriptures, and you was just in awe. Dang, that's in the Bible.
Yeah.
That's that light inside you. The Lord done lit. He lit that candlestick in you. Make your light a flaming fire. Very bright.
That's that quick having that quick understanding. All right, and that's really of the elect, man. The elect, like the apostle said, man. The elect, man, it's gonna be of that quick understanding. It ain't somebody that's gonna be sitting here bowling over, and first you're scoffing, and then you see it now, no, that's not normally how it goes. That's not normally how it goes down.
That's like, I just want to mention one thing about that fear. That fear tactic that Esau pushes upon our people, or ultimately, that's not going to affect us, like the brothers just mentioned. But to all these peons and all these other people, Jake, or all these other nations and everything, they're going to be placing that trip bag and going to be trapped, man. All right, just like what happened in 2020, right, with the whole vid thing coming out. These people really fell for that. All right, here we go. Here it is. But us, what do? We relied on Yahawashi and Yahawashi at the end of the day. When it came to our jobs, our stability, financially, our family, all right, even just trying to survive in this world, we all stood fast into Yahawashi and Yahawashi. But this time is going to be even more. Man. It's going to be more worse and a more crazier time. But at the end of the day, what the scriptures say before that the Lord ever I'm paraphrasing. Damn. Forsaken them that hey,
they put their trust in him.
Yeah, put their trust in him.
Right.
Yeah, the water, exactly. And we always put our trust in the Lord. And you can see the prophets of old, like the brother just mentioned earlier, how this brother just read earlier about the prophets from before, right? How they always depend on the Lord each and every time. This has happened all over again. It's just a reputational thing, man. All right, repetitional thing. You know what I'm saying? But ultimately, these people are just gonna fall for these traps every time, man. But it is that we're going to rely on Yahawashi.
That first trap in 2020 was a trial run.
Yeah, exactly.
They wanted to see what happened, and they did it.
Right.
They even saw how certain I even, I speak as a man. This is my humble opinion. I just believe that Kanye shit was a trial, was a seed, Esau throwing something in there, so he can see who's on his side or not. Like who's with him and who's not. Who's a part of the plan and who's not, because the scriptures tell us how Obadiah, what's that, 1:7? Man, somebody get that real quick, Salakia. Because his own enemies shall turn on him.
You gotta have getting that bread.
It's Obadiah 1:7.
I got it.
You got it?
Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 7. All the men in thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee.
Yeah, because the global cult, what they call global elite, small group of Edomites, that rule the world, and they follow the ways of Satan. They have this demonic way to live. They know this truth, man. They watch brothers. They know what we're talking about. They know that we're coming strictly out of the scriptures. I would say they even know who, because some of these guys in these different camps, we know you had to sell out, man. Either you got pride, for not being reproved or being corrected in the scriptures when the Lord corrects you through his men, or you took that bag, man. And these elites know the truth. So with them knowing this truth, they have to be watching the prophets. They know that the men are back, and they're watching brothers closely, especially every lesson, But go ahead, I'll read that again.
It says Obadiah chapter 1 and verse 7. All the men of thy confederacy have brought thee even to the border. The men that were at peace with thee have deceived thee, and were prevailed against thee.
See? So, hey, even Esau's own allies going to turn on him. So some things be trial runs. They throw things out there to see what is going to happen, And I mean, the top of the pyramid knows what's going on when it comes to their bullshit, their agendas. The top of the pyramid knows what's going on, but they don't let the other people know what's going on. So it's making more real. It's realistic. It's real, And everybody take it as real, because if somebody's dying, that's real. But if it was, purposely done, that it was started at the top. Somebody's doing it, man. But yeah, that's the point on that. So like that's it.
If I may say too, like going back to being stable, man, and how you also mentioned like knowing. If you don't know, then you don't have like that power. And pretty much, it just reminded me like wrestling, man. And pretty much like you have to have a stable, firm stance to pretty much prevent a takedown. And if you got that stable, firm stance, you know what you're doing, you're more likely to less than get taken down. But if you don't know, like you don't have any like knowledge on wrestling level, you could be more susceptible to getting taken down. So it's just the same thing in the spirit, right? Since we know more, we're less likely to get taken down, right? By these traps that Esau is getting ready to bring. You know, brothers got big, like brothers don't even shave their beards, man. You know, for a job. So you mean telling your brother you're not willing to shave his beard, but you're gonna take him over to the TV?
Hey, y'all, just speak up a little louder because the shit back there kind of muffling in.
Oh, yeah, that was pretty much the point. Anybody got something like this?
I got last few precepts I know it's like.
Yeah, real quick, I want to bring out the definition of stability, because the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom, and pretty much the Lord has installed this wisdom, knowledge, and understanding, and it's pretty much going to be stability. So stability, the quality, state, or degree of being stable, right? The strength to stand or endure, firmness. Pretty much the point, you know.
Yeah. The strength to stand, being able to stand in that day and not fold, man. You know, Jake gonna fold. You know, they gonna give in. They gonna take the charagma. Remember what just happened? We were just talking about it. In the beginning, Jake didn't even believe it's something that was invisible. They didn't believe in it at first. Then when the news came back and ramped the fear up, all of a sudden, Jake was considering. Then they left it to the jobs. Now you can't go to work unless you got these documents, you got these credentials. Now Jake like, fuck it, man. It is real, you know what I'm saying? Shit, that nigga sleeping on this shit. And niggas had to go get that shit, And now Jake was all for it. Now you see Jake, but they don't even have to believe in the shit. They still believe in the shit, So we read that again. It said to stand, meaning to stand in that day. To stand on what? The truth. Ephesians 6:10. Having your feet shod in the preparation of truth, having the breastplate, the helmet of salvation, so on, so on. Go ahead.
It says the strength to stand or endure.
You need endure. You gotta endure. What did Yahawashi say? He said, "He that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved." This is another thing that come to mind. Revelations 3:10. The Lord said, "If thou kept my patience, I will keep thee from the hour of temptation." So it's very important to keep the Lord's patience, which the word patient goes into suffering. We're suffering while we're serving the Lord in this wicked society.
We don't need that in churches.
Hey, and even with that's how you know that guys like that Sabak and all them. That's how I know a lot of them guys under they're gonna fold, man.
Right.
That's how you know they're gonna fold.
Really?
They're already folded, man. Because why? It's because they're not keeping the word of the Lord's patience, man.
Right.
Because while we patiently keep on trying to bring Revelation 13:16, we keep on drilling it, and they keep refusing to hearken us back. Man.
Right.
They want to keep on saying there's something else other than what it is. You
Yeah.
see? All right? And they don't even, where's your precepts now? You want to bring in that out, but where's your precepts to support that?
And you can't say ISUPK standing, even though they come strong, but they strong wrong. They wrong. They strong is wrong. Because what did they tell Jake? Oh, they tried to trick you with this child's play mindset shit with like, you scared. You need to take it. Here it is, they tell you the white man is devil, but then they tell you go take his poison. What type of shit is that? Commanding general. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no general, man.
All of a sudden now, we call you sitting out there talking about this man the devil. All of a sudden now, this man want to come with something, and now you're telling everybody the battle needs to that.
Another thing is this too. When you look at these different camps and what they're doing, that's why we say you got to be paid off, because they know what's coming down the pipe. So they're preparing their path to accept what it is to continue to keep them riches. This thing of, that the charagma, that the mark is the charagma, but they'll find some other way, some word or some other twist to try to not just say what it is, because it's so evident. So these guys are making paths so that they can continue to keep their riches. They want to stay in line with E so that they don't lose. Now, I don't know if a brother put up or something like that. I think a brother did, was a post or article, but the small hats, what's they called, the NRA or some shit? The N something, what's that?
The gun place?
No, what's the small hat shit where they got their organization?
Oh yeah, we used to say the watchdog,
Yeah,
the defamation, that
that shit.
the watchdog,
Their organization.
yeah.
They mentioned that they want to take away the license of those who have a 501 that's basically preaching hate or some shit like that. So, hey, man, hey, we just found out what the article said with Nate Nathaniel, 1.4 million, whatever worth. Hey, if they take away his 501(c)(3), he gonna go broke. They gonna lose because them guys gain all that money through that tax write-off shit. You know, and that's why they have these events and that's why they act so worldly. You know.
Amen. The Lord sees all that too. That's what, man. It's the same. Death before dishonor, man. For real.
Hey, remember the brother out in Baltimore had brother. I forgot the brother names. Yeah, Karatazar. Yeah, he put a video clip together with Nate was actually talking about. I want to sit down with such and such, all these big name small hats. So you know they can purposely, if they want to, zero in on him and snatch that shit from him. You know, because he think he winning. This means you get big headed. That's why it's important to stick to the script, man. Teach the word as it is, as you was taught in Yahawah Yahawashi, and stick to the script. Don't strive to be rich in this truth, man. If we're going to strive to be rich, we're going to be rich in what? The knowledge, wisdom, and understanding of Yahawah Yahawashi, not financial gain. We just need enough to get by because the Lord is about to wipe this fucking place off the earth. It's about to be gone. So why build? Why are you going to build in something that's a graveyard? You building in a graveyard, you know?
And the Lord said, man, there's nothing can compare, the riches that can't compare to what of the things of this life, man. So pretty much anything that you are doing and you're thriving here in Babylon, you're pretty much still gonna be a welfare kick compared to what the Lord has prepared for us, man.
Right.
You know? This is nothing right here, man. You know, you people you just want to put in a situation to where you want to go ahead and deceive and be comfortable, man. You know? Yeah. All right? But the Lord didn't prescribe that, man. Okay? The Lord said we're gonna be out there in sackcloth, man.
Hey, these
not royal garments, man.
It's all about faith, man. Yeah. You're never gonna you're never gonna be able to defeat the Rawchaa Qadash, which is the Holy Spirit of Yahawah Yahawashi. All right, and you're not going to take away the gift of faith that's given to these men that the Heavenly Father gave as a gift. Because guys like to not act like this thing is not about faith. At the end of the day, it's all about faith, man. You know.
And hey, and even with that whole thing with the horse thing, when they, you know, who that Negro name, you know. And if we was of such power and such rulership, you'd have been handling that horse by yourself, man. Right. Not having a bunch of Edomites taming a horse while you ride upon it, man.
That's the first time you rode a horse.
You know, that shows you we're not in that time, man. We're not in that time, and you constantly keep on continually bringing in the Passover in that spirit, man. You keep on bringing it in that wrong spirit, man. You know, and this may very well be the last Passover we may have. Maybe, you know what I'm saying? You know? And you constantly bringing it in on that wrong spirit, man.
With a man.
That's how you know pretty much Nate was on a damn field trip. You know how in school you go on a field trip to ride the horses? They had somebody guide them and shit. He was on a fucking field trip. Grown ass man on a field trip.
You think King David gonna have an Edomite next to him hoping with his horse?
Yeah, because the Lord could have easily shook that horse. That would have been embarrassing. Go ahead. That would have been embarrassing.
This is 1 Samuel chapter 16 and verse 7. But the Lord said unto Samuel, look not on his countenance or the height of his stature, because I have refused him. Okay, and that's the thing. We don't care about what these people be. You know what I'm saying? We care about what the Lord sees, man. Right. We want to be the apple of the Lord's eye, man, because I have refused him. But the Lord seeth not as man seeth. For man looketh on the outward appearance. So again, his outward appearance. Oh yeah, he's all high and mighty, okay, good flashy garments. But it says, but the Lord looketh within the heart.
Which is the mind. Which is the mind.
The inward part of man.
Right, the mind.
The mind, man. Going back to the word love. You know? and again, that's Jake going for a clapper. It says the okie doke, man.
That's why when the Lord look within the mind, He's looking for the sincerity. That's why, you know, us coming from the world, we could have done some, you know, we done some wicked shit, but the Lord knew that if He would give us this knowledge of Him and this understanding, He knew we would be, you know, where He wants us to be. You know, because everybody that do something wicked doesn't mean they wicked.
Yeah.
He could be ignorant. You know, and then if you enlighten that brother or that sister, she'll stop doing it. She would take considerate. You know, so the Lord looked within the mind. Which you mentioned, the Hebrew word is lav. He looks for that sincerity. You know, it's definitely in the men that He has called into the truth. Because the scriptures say many are called, but few are chosen.
And if I may add too, man, you gotta think you gotta have that mindset of an actual servant. We are servants. The Lord gave this to us, so this isn't ours. This is borrowed. The Lord can easily take that away.
Right.
So you go ahead and act like, you know, oh, this is of me. This is of me.
Right.
Little do you know, the Most High is watching.
Hey, we're on borrowed time.
Yeah.
Yeah, I got one. This is Ephesians 6:13. Wherefore, it says, this is the King James Version, then I'm going to read it real quick in the easy English. Wherefore take unto you the whole armor of God, that ye may be able to withstand in the evil day, and having done all to stand. Easy English says, so take the whole armor that God gives. Then you will be able to stand against the enemy when he attacks. And you will not be able to move you from your place. Then after you have done everything, you will still be standing strongly in your place.
The foundation there, we're not building our foundation upon fucking sand. Right? We're building upon the Holy Spirit.
I was gonna say, if I may add, that goes back to Psalm 91, man. You know, we're hiding that secret place, and we have, and the most importantly, we have the name, man. You know, that's the main thing. The name of the Lord is a strong tower. The righteous run into it and is safe. That's where we hide it. You know.
So with that, I hope the segment was edifying. We'd like to give all praises, honor, and glory.
So Yahawah, BaHaSham, Yahawashi, BaHaSham, Qadash.
Number one to the apostle of GreatMillStone. Shalom, select out there, doing greater faith, live love, and sincerity. Shalom.
Shalom.